What the fuck? How? There are 5 things that I wish I knew before I transitioned. But what would happen if I did? I mean, I would still transition, but still. Yo, what's up? Jana here, and 2 years into transitioning. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. 2 years on HRT. And 2.5 months on progesterone. But I mean, 2 years, that's a milestone, isn't it? The first one and the biggest one, in my opinion, that I did not know. And I have to say, I did my research when I was 18, when I was going to transition the first time. I thought I knew everything. I mean, I've read everything, I've Googled everything, I've seen other trans people talk about it, so I thought like, girl, I'm ready. Nope, I was not. Personality change and immensely impact. I almost fell off my chair, but whoa. What the fuck? I knew I got like a shift in my way of going about, and I knew I got a little bit more feminine, but I always felt feminine before on my own. But being able to out it and the HRT and surrounded by new people and all combined, realizing, saying different things, thinking different things, and experiencing things in a different way. After the 2 years course for now, I have changed it a bit, and I never saw that in the first year. I always heard a little bit from people, but realizing it more after like, let's say 15, 16 to 17 months, coming to 2 years, I'm still jack shit far away from, let's say 3 to 4 to 5 years, because what the fuck is going to happen with me? It has been insane. My view on groups, my view on people, my thinking process, my empathy, my social anxiety, my insecurity, my strength in power and words in social communication, my beliefs, my thoughts, these have all shifted, and not knowing they shift is more the creepy way. But looking back on like videos and thoughts of before that I recorded myself, I went like, was that me? What? Kind of like ashamed, but still like proud in a way that I have grown, but still like, oof, damn. Sex. I mean, not the sex, but the sex drive, or the preference, or sex in total. Wow. I've made a video before about me getting a sexual preference shift. According to my psychologist, that's pretty normal. Pushing away what I actually maybe wanted. That's talking about me being bisexual and not being bisexual before. My attraction to men. The drive. I used to have no drive, then a little bit drive, and like the average drive of a person. Then when I started HRT, that dropped like rock bottom, and then eventually it went up a bit and up a bit until I went AWOL, and that was around, I can't say the date anymore, so I'm going to put them up here, but I got so much lust in people, mostly in men, and my Babytrans phase was so sexual, and it was not okay, it was kind of euphoria, but what the fuck, chill. And the drive was insane. Then it kind of averaged again, but the progesterone somehow boosted it again. And with the gifts I got from it, I kind of abused my, no, I did not abuse it, but I used it, and yeah, the sex drive was personal. Okay, onto the Babytrans. I was not prepared for that to happen. The hyper femme acting and dressing and being was kind of like like, I knew I was gonna have a euphoria because finally I get to be me. And I think that's different from one to another. Like, if you are young or if you have been thinking about transitioning, and the thinking process and the acting process is kind of like, according to your lifespan, not that long. I just wanted to get to the example of me thinking about it my entire life after 25 years of thinking about it. Almost doing it after that many years that I was 18 years old, and eventually doing it 2 years ago. The euphoria exploded and the Babytrans phase was so present. It was not okay. And I knew there was a Babytrans phase, and I read up on it, and I thought like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill. I told my friends I was gonna chill. I was not gonna be that girl. But I was that girl. And I did not know. When I was that girl, I thought like, I'm just having fun. What are you guys out talking about? I'm just being me, finally. It was kind of extrovert. It was fun. And if I knew I was going to get in that phase that hard, might have probably sheltered or warned the people around me more. Because I warned them, but I didn't warn them. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of explosive. But I had fun and I was myself, so that's the best. It wasn't that fun that people talked about it, and that's for the next part, and that's friends, family, social impact. I knew my world was going to get torn, and I knew I would have major obstructions in it. I mean, like, people talking about it, my friends, my family, my work. I was ready for that. I gave up on like hiding from them, so I prepared for disaster. But thinking that we were 2023 and evolved, we are not. The society that we live in is actually devolving, in my opinion. People that I thought that would like be able to cope did not. People that promised things did not. People that were friendly and did the you do you stuff just moved on. I kind of like figured out how it went. At first I came out and everybody was fine with it. I was like, wow, this is easy, this is so fun. But they all actually just wanted me to transition, leave them alone, and if it was okay for them, and if I succeeded to their norms, I could come back in their life. But if I would go off that path for a millimeter, like anything that would not go into their rules of life, I would have failed their test. And that became pretty clear. If I wore a wig at first, or if I did not wear one, or if I put on too many makeup, or my clothes were too skanky, or if I would say stuff in a different way, or if I would act in a different way, or if it was not the norm, not their standards, I would get like these strikes or something. And if I had too many strikes, I got off their social radar because they were ashamed. They were not ready for it. They were angry actually because I was not myself or something, or I was overacting or some, yeah. And the being me and the being hyper happy femme girl was not something they expected. They thought like, okay, we know the person and now it's a she. That happened, let's do it. We're respected. But they got so surprised that the real me, the real happy me, was so fun. I don't know. And being in social media did not help at all. I grasped towards social media that hard because I had so few people around me, and social media was there, but the presence was much more clear when I was transitioning. For every cry, for every moment of hugs and pains, I had fewer and fewer people around me, but social media was always there. And I got so many accusations. You weren't doing that before. You had no social media. What's up with you? But all these people forgot that I was on social media all of the time. I wanted to be fucking famous. I was on Twitch streaming and grinding the views and the subs, and I was on Instagram as well with my cosplay, and attention was a thing that was always present around me. If I had one place or time that I could grasp the attention to make my point, or to make something fun, or do something fun, or take the audience and let them have a laugh, I was there. I always was. And before that was appreciated, but after transitioning that was like blasphemy. Like, you, shut up. You're trans now, you should lay low until you're 5 years out and you're okay to be on camera. But before that, no, and not like that, and don't wear that, and don't say that, and don't do that. That's not you. You're not having fun. You are not this person. Stop being fake. Stop, no. Who the fuck? Why? Can't you just be normal? Fucking normal. Telling a trans girl to be normal. What the fuck is normal? Because I think I'm normal, but I think she's normal as well. I think he's normal. Wait, who the fuck? What? And then I realized I'm not living for them. Stop it. I'm not living for you. I'm not being your person. I'm being me. Let me be me. If you were so like, you do you, then I'll do me. And I lost so many people. And I didn't push them away. They just left. They were ashamed or something. Or I don't know. And I learned that these were not friends. And that's painful, not knowing that I will lose this many people in my life. And last but not least, money. I knew all of the prices for every surgery and everything, and I was prepared for that. I did not know I was going to lose that much money. For starters, my ex-girlfriends wanted to get out of the house, so I had to buy her out. Not ready, but okay. That's not for everyone. Like, if you transition, that's not a common thing that will happen. But so the surgeries, I knew them, but all of the appointments, I knew I had to pay some here and there. But laser therapy, what the fuck? Electrolysis, what the fuck? Clothing, how can I be addicted to buying that much clothing? I mean, I knew I was gonna love buying clothing because I bought clothing all of my life, like hiding and stashing it everywhere. But being able to buy that much clothing and resisting not to buy, what the fuck? My nails, my hair, makeup is okay, but hair and nails and clothing? Girl, what the fuck? Expensive. Would I do it any other way? I would just do it all the same. But if you are transitioning, or starting to transition, or thinking about it, know these 5 things might interfere with your plans, your great scheme, your big operation. About Operation T, this video here talks about it. It's pretty fun. It's how I did my big Operation T. That's this transition plan I had in mind and I executed. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe and all of the other things. I got my Instagram, my TikTok and my beautiful blue page. I talk to people on that blue page, and if you sub on my Instagram I talk to people as well, because a lot of people want to talk to me about everything and I am here for you to talk about it. Bye bye.